Okay, this is my current build, which is a sugar beet or potatoes produce loader that I need of to provide beets to the sugar plant, etc. Started to build it, and now I'm on to this part, which is the rung, circular rung system that runs around and presumably lifts up the beets into the loader onto the cars. This is Faller 130184 sugar beet loading unit, and it's been a bit of a fiddly. It's been a bit of a fiddly build. Lots of little pieces to put together, and now I'm on a real humdinger, for me anyway, a niggly build, and that's this ladder rung that's going to run around, lift up the beets. They provide you with some very thin pieces of string that you need to stick down onto this form, and then there are some tiny little rung thingamies here with a couple of little notches in them, which then need to go under here, and then you need to glue them together. And I'm finding that that piece of string keeps moving around all over the place, so I have to, every 3 rungs or so, I have to stick it like that. Then cut out one of these little rungs here. I'm only halfway. I'm getting really sick of it, to be honest. It's not my type of work. I'm not a really good patient modeler. So cut a little excess off. I've got a tiny little rung. Oh, where's the camera? There. And now I've got to stick it in place. This is the next position here. So grab the little rung, tweezer, then lift the little rope up, put it underneath, he says. Trying to do that. There we go. So that rung is in position. They keep falling over because they're not square. Now I've got to stick that in place. They suggested fast glue, but I tried that and it stuck to the paper, so I'm just using a little bit of general clear glue. Take a tiny little daub, stick it on the rung, so that the rung is glued to the little pieces of string. and then repeat that umpteen more times. So, although it's a fairly small kit, this is not very big, it's quite a fiddly little build. Okay, here we go. Without breaking off the rungs. Haven't broken it yet. Turn that off. Haven't broken it yet, so so far so good. Oops, alright, there we go. Sort of like a ladder, rope ladder. That's basically the transport mechanism for getting the produce, the beets or potatoes or whatever. Okay, further the build of this sugar beet potato produce loader. Top here. Now you're supposed to glue this on here, then they say gently bend this down and glue it in place, and then it's supposed to glue on top of that as well. All pretty fiddly and no real building holes. Okay, further on this loader mechanism for the sugar beets and potatoes. They say glue it here and then stick it here, but this is such a small piece that it kept coming loose, so I had to glue that first. And now they say bend carefully this into position. And the idea is then the conveyor mechanism should go across the top and into there. Seen some flimsy builds before, but this is probably the worst I've had to do. So, continue on with it. Okay, here's the sugar beet or potato produce loader, more or less complete. Done a little bit of weathering on it as well. They provided a sack of little miniature sugar beets or potatoes, so I've added them as well into the unit. I'll finally put it on the layout, but it was a fun build. I hadn't built anything quite like this before. I was originally going to scratch build the beet loader, but then I saw this Feller kit, which was exactly what I wanted, so I built that. Next shot I'll show it on the layout. Okay.